was shared this one clip, and man, a lot of brothers have been sharing this with me, and some of the sisters too, because this is very, very concerning. Now, I want you to watch this short clip. They're going to have two brothers follow behind it because I wanted some other brothers to chime in on this video. That's why I say, okay, I'm going to do that. But I really have a lot to say about this. Let's roll this.
Why fathers are important.
Fathers, what that woman did, stay for your kids.
You're absolutely right. Single moms are feminizing our young black men far too often. The first thing we need to do is take away all the poles from any playground because poles are for women. Second thing we need to do is make sure that they don't let their hair grow long because long hair is for women. And the last thing we need to do is make sure that when they use the bathroom, they stand up because sitting down is for women. Do you guys remember that young woman a few months ago who made the statement that if it wasn't for the prevalence of toxic masculinity in black society, that black men would be the best gymnasts in the world? This is a very good example of it.
That video was very, very disturbing to me as a father, to watch that little boy doing that. I would say his mother taught him that. And see these little mothers out here today, fellas, they think that's cute. They think that's funny. They little boy doing that. They're already introducing them into the LGBT community. It's coming from a lot of these single mothers. As that one brother say, fellas, you got to be in your son's life. And you have to make sure your son stay a boy that goes into manhood. These single mothers today with these boys, I cringe when I see them. When I'm in public and I don't see no daddy around, I'm like, oh my God. I cringe because it's like, it's not a good situation for little boys. Now, a woman could raise a little girl because she's a woman, right? But to raise a boy into a man, and then the time it's going to get away from her. You talking about the little Pookie and Ray Rays? That's usually come from single parent households. Most dudes who in prison, talk to them, most of them grew up with single mothers. They did not grow up with their father. Most of them. All the dudes I've ever talked to that went to prison, 9 times out of 10, they said they grew up in a single parent household and they was on the streets doing whatever the hell they wanted to do and mama couldn't stop them from doing it. Or you have some of them that go that other route, what you're seeing right here with this little boy. This is why, in my opinion, I said this. Boys should be raised with their fathers. If this man's a good man, he works, he can provide, those boys need to go with their fathers, girls stay with their mothers. That way that man teach him, the little boy to grow up to be a man. I'm all about old school. I'm old school because old school work. Boys need to be outside working. Boys need to learn how to make money at an early age. Boys need to be boys. I'm not for boys having all this long hair either. I'm a firm believer of boys having their hair cut short. I'm talking about we used to call a little boy haircut shorter than what I got now, actually. Right? I'm about that. Now, some men, they have locks and all of that, and so they want their son to have locks. That's okay. That's fine. That's you and your son. But I'm just kind of like the brother. I think little boys need to keep their hair short until they get about maybe 12. If they want to do something different with it by 12, okay, cool, or whatever. That may be a debate for certain people. But what I'm saying is, I get what the brother's saying. Old school. Boys are supposed to have no long hair. Period. Boys are supposed to be in the house all the time underneath their mama. They don't be supposed to be watching certain shows. You don't even let your sons play with no dolls. No girl dolls. It's certain colors your sons are supposed to be wearing. Your son are supposed to be wearing no pink. Pink for what? That's for girls. You better go put on a blue. You better go put on some black. You better go put on something else. I was like that with my son. Old school to the core. I would never have my son out here wearing no pink anything. I was like, no. You come on with me. You ain't going with your mama. This what guys go do. We go watch this and we go watch superheroes or we go talking about boxing or football or something. You know, you're going to do what guys do. And that's the importance of fatherhood. Even for girls, they need their father around. The biggest problem in the black community is that is fatherhood. Because single mothers have failed. Independent women have failed. Because it was never meant for women to raise children by themselves. It was always meant for the women and the men to be together and raise those children together. You can't just have a mother. You got to have a mother and a father. And these women cannot raise these children by themselves. They can maintain them, but they can't raise them. And that's been proven. And you look at what's happening in the black community now. And listen, as a man, I always said that I would not even have a child unless I'm married. And I stuck to that. Now, I understand marriages sometimes don't work out. And that's okay. But at least when you're married and you have a child, the situation is a lot different, even with that parenting relationship versus just a random. So that's why I even tell men, don't be laying your seed everywhere. Don't be shooting up nobody's club like that. If that woman's not worth your last name, don't impregnate her. Because you need to be there for your child. Because this video, like I said, oh man, it just ran all through me, man. But he's not the only one. That's my problem. Fathers are needed and fathers are super important. I know this wicked system in America that's against fatherhood, that's against masculinity, and we as men got to stand up. Even white men say the same thing. So it's not even about a black or white thing at this point. They even doing it to everybody. And so when men stand up and say, I'm a straight lace, alpha male, and I'm going to raise my son as a straight-laced alpha male should, they want to attack you. It's a wicked society. At least when I'm in Africa, what I love about that place, men are respected all the way around. And I love that. This place disrespects men so much. Some of you brothers go out there to them African countries. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Men are respected. You're like, man, I like this. I like this. This how it's supposed to be. Understand? But yeah, please, fellas, please be in your son's life. Be in your son's life. And give that woman hell if she ever try to put some feminized things on your son or whatever. Hell no. Go to court, do whatever you got to do to try to get custody of your son. If you get your bag right, you could possibly get him. But y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation here in this video. Dads, we got to be there, dads. We got to be there. We can't allow, some of these women to feminize our sons. Hell no. That's your son. Raise him to be a man.